like, what?
Hi, girl. What you thinkers? Welcome back to our podcast that now gets 3 views.
Because we took it off Spotify. Because nobody's listening to us on Spotify.
They said, we support you, and then stopped. Except we have some supporters who have been with us through the thick and thin. I think Liz and Val, shout out to y'all. And Andrew occasionally, if you're watching this. You guys have been our biggest supporters. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Yes, we are actually transitioning to just doing YouTube because life is a lot. And we ain't gonna pay for no Spotify anymore.
But all the previous episodes, I think, will stay on there. Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe not. I don't know.
It's okay. It's just for fun.
Who knows? Who cares?
This is just our home, and it's like a familiar place for us, and we just really enjoy it, and we want to thank you guys so much for coming out here. Yeah, really.
I have a cut above my eyebrow. Don't know what it's from.
Do you do those razor things for your eyebrows?
No.
Oh. Interesting. That could
Maybe
be a sign of a demon.
Well,
Oh, well. Well, girl, what you thinkers? This episode is an iconic episode for so many reasons. Something that we've been stressed about, worried about, the whole nation has been flipped upside down over, well, cut in half, is the election, the presidential election, won by Joe Biden.
Woo!
Did you vote?
I'm very excited about it. Did I vote?
Mm-hmm.
Of course I voted.
I voted.
I think, I was telling my mom the other day that I'm proud of our generation because I feel like they really stepped up.
Yeah. We really went to the polls and we told them hoes. We said,
see ya.
I vote in the ballot box now. How do you feel about people supposedly finding like piles of ballots burning?
Burning?
Well,
like before? Like when people
caught
would
on fire. Yeah, there was a lot
like
of
in the ballot boxes, people like lighting them on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was rude. I just think I don't understand why. Okay, I was gonna say I don't understand why it's that serious. I understand why it's that serious, but why are you gonna go out of your way to set that on fire? Like, if your candidate's gonna win, they're gonna win, regardless of if you burn up 1,000 votes.
No matter what your opinion is, what if that ballot box
Right, what if that went for you?
Yeah, it went for your side.
I don't get it. Like, I just don't. How do you know? There's no way you can know.
And I guess the votes have never really been 100% accurate because things like that happen all the time. Someone may lose your ballot, it goes out into the world, and you may never really know if it gets counted or not. But I know that there's ways that you can get it checked. But there are, in every past election, there is some votes that are lost in the abyss of just how big our nation is. So I'm happy with the results, but I would feel upset if I saw pictures of people burning things and the person I voted for wasn't elected. But the person I wanted was elected, so there you go.
Yeah, but our current president is refusing to accept those results.
But nobody likes him.
Bitch, you lost. Get out.
Even the new people are like, we all know that Trump has a loose relationship with the truth. Yeah. It's
why I don't, and it's so funny to me. It's like, I don't understand. Like, you hear this person talk. You hear him spew his hatred and his literal stupidity and like just blatant lies, flat out lies. And people still, 70 million people still said, yup, well, that gotta be my president.
Just like that.
Yeah, because that's the kind of people, you know what? I'm not gonna get into it.
Well, that's what this episode's about. Getting into it. Well, I feel like the discussion...
We don't have any people that support Trump that follow our podcast.
Nobody.
And if we do, bye. See you later. Don't ever talk to me again.
Bye, Dawn. Yeah, it's interesting. I think the next real big step that I hear people talking about, now that Biden is elected, it's like, let's get to work, because Biden isn't perfect
Yeah.
in any way or form either. So I'm excited for that. And also, what I was going to say is, girl, I forgot what I was going to say today.
Well, I mean, it's a historic election no matter what, like, no matter how you look at it. But I think one of the biggest reasons it's historic, for me personally, is that we elected a biracial woman of color to be our vice president. We've all known that we're up to the task. I call us biracial angels. I am one of them. We know we're up to the task. We know we're better. We know. We got it. But now the American people know. You know?
Yes. I'm so proud to be a woman today.
Me too. Men are the worst.
It's like,
I can't wait for the day.
You see the countries that are ran by women?
They're doing so much better on coronavirus. New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. I spent
Prime Minister
the weekend with my grandpa, and his words of wisdom was like, don't get married. Women are better than men. It's just what it is. And he's a pretty, like, conservative guy for him to be saying all these things. And I think it's a fact that men just...
There's just been too many. Like, this is, our country is in the state it's in now because of men. And I'm being dead serious about that.
There definitely needs to be a lot more women in the highest power.
Yeah,
we're getting younger, our turns.
We need younger, and we need women. Mm-hmm. We need people of color. We need gay people. We need trans people. We need people that are representative of who we are as a country. We're not just all old white men. That's not who we are as a country. Those old white men are dying out.
And we're catching on.
Riddance.
And this election was the first, like, it's in action. There's a woman in the office.
Yeah.
Well, soon to be. Which is very exciting. I want to be president, can I? I can.
Yeah.
Not a poli-sci major.
I think it's funny, too. This is just my observation. Mm-hmm. Like, when people are watching the news, or like when I was watching the news, they were talking about Kamala Harris and then her husband, Doug Emhoff, I think is his last name. Mm-hmm. And they were just talking about, like, oh, like, they kept bringing up, like, oh, what are we going to call Doug? What are we going to call Doug? And I'm like, screw Doug. Who cares? It's not about Doug. Like, she's not defined by her husband. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you call him. You can call him dude, Doug, motherfucker. Like, who cares? You can call him whatever you want.
What do they call it? What do they call the wife of the vice president?
The wife of the vice president is a second lady. So he would be second man.
Yeah. Why can't they just do that? Who cares?
I don't know. Because it's never been done before. So people are uncomfortable and they don't know what to call him. But it's not important what they call him because he's not in office.
It seems simple for the simple-minded. Just call him second guy. Second person married to the vice president.
Why don't you just call him Doug? Why don't you call him Kamala Harris's husband? That's because that's what he is.
Right. Or you could just call him Doug, her husband. Second man. First man. Who cares?
That'll be soon, girl. First man.
I hope
nobody.
So.
Let's get a woman in there without a husband, girl.
First president, period. First woman president. That's it. I love that we have a woman vice president. I feel like such a baddie.
I do too.
Like, you can't tell me anything. There was like this meme about me walking by my conservative relatives at Thanksgiving, and it's Ashley Tisdale with like 2 plates, and she's like, "Hi, I know, I love it here."
Oh, yeah.
And that's just how I feel every day walking down the street. I'm like, "Oh, hi." People put their Trump flags away, and no one
is yelling. We were driving around after, a couple days after maybe 2 or 3 days after it was like decided that Biden was the winner, and I didn't see one Trump flag on somebody's car. We still saw them like in their flagpoles and whatnot, but I didn't see any on people's cars, and I was like, yeah, put them away, losers, you lost. Get over it, move on. Burn it. Yeah. We don't need it anymore.
I've seen some Trump memorabilia out. I saw a guy wear a hat. There was just like some things in people's yards. Whatever. I don't care. Go ahead, represent Trump. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That just points out the losers in our neighborhoods.
It's like you're gonna be. And then that's what I was also bringing up too, is like now that we have Biden as our president, we have to make it, because 50% of the population does vote for Trump and support him. How do we listen to their side? Even though I know it's our instinct to be like, no, but Biden was saying that he's the president for all of America. So like, how do we build a space to communicate with someone from that side? You know, like we need to be united, because they'll come around, maybe. But if we do believe in human rights and we want other people to get on that bandwagon, which I think is a good one to be on, there needs to be some type of communication. We just can't be like exile people because they did it to us, but that's not right either. It's just not right. That's not what we fight for. Some people don't deserve it. But I think
regardless of if our side listens to them or not, the policies that our side will enact are still going to benefit them regardless. They don't understand that. It doesn't matter what they say, because their policies only help them. Our policies help everybody. Mm-hmm. So and I hope I personally don't want to open up a dialogue with Republicans. Not Republicans, Trump supporters. Because they only care about themselves. That's why they voted for him. They don't see themselves as racist or homophobic because they're like, well, he's helping me. And like, I don't mind gay people, and I have a black friend.
Well, I hope that makes them come around now that those policies will be enacted. Hopefully, if Biden and Kamala get to work, I hope that they see that it's best for everyone. What just happened?
Yeah.
And I hope it ends up being.
It's like, I really wonder what they think is going to go wrong if he's president.
Mm-hmm. Like the only argument that I've really heard or seen is his taxes, and we all know about that. Or there's like rumors of him being a pedophile. Name me
one person you know that's a Trump supporter that makes over $400,000 a year. No one.
Not personally. Or I've just heard things that just don't make sense to me.
People say that, but it's so funny because people are like, the left is like glorifying abortion and they say all this other stuff. I'm like, what?
Hold on, let me pause the recording. Okay, we've resumed. Okay, we got interrupted by our good friend Steven right now. But we need
to catch him on next week's episode.
Yes, we're going to be talking about
how to keep going,
which is something we all need, especially now that we have like a good feel in our nation. Where do we go from here? And we'll talk about that in the next episode. Hannah, do you have any other things to say about this election? Where were you when you found out?
I was in bed. My friend texted me, and I was excited. And then my mom came screaming down the hallway. And I sent some choice people a Snapchat of her cheering in my room.
I was one of the choices. But we love our moms. Beth
Correct.
Wants to come on this podcast, and we're going to let her one day.
Yeah, she does.
But I felt such a celebration Oh, wait. Why is this here?
What?
I hope you can't see that in the recording. My FaceTime bubble.
I don't see anything on here, on my side.
Okay, whatever then. Hopefully it doesn't record onto it. It shouldn't.
Technical difficulties. I think the only thing I have to say is this election has really opened my eyes to a lot of things. A lot of things that I think I would have pushed to the side. If you follow me on Instagram, I put a post about it, kind of, about how, like this Instagram post I saw that said, "Don't tell me you love me or care about me, and then vote for somebody that's going to hurt me."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's exactly how I have been feeling. And I think it's true. I think people need to stop being so selfish and realize that, you know what, if we can help improve somebody else's life, or even just give them equal rights to us, it's not going to take anything away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, it's like better opportunity for everyone, like better society, like more taxes put to schools instead of police officers, like more educated students, better prepared students for college, and free community college, more, like, it's just,
yes,
it's a
yeah, and I think that
domino effect.
our
That's what I'm trying to say.
Our greed, people don't want to let go of their religion. People have their set values, their traditional. They love the past. They love the way that things have always been, and we're very futuristic,
but that's because
progressive. I'm not saying it's right.
That's because majority of the people that see it that way don't see it through a gay person's eyes or a black person's eyes. They see it through their white middle class eyes, where nothing bad has ever happened to them. They're not going to get stopped by the cops and shot because they look suspicious, or they're not going to be turned away from a job because they like somebody of the same sex as them. Like, that's not something that has happened to them in their life, so they can't fathom how that must feel. And so they don't care. And
they shouldn't really. I'm not going to say that. I was just going to say be able to have a say in what is going to happen to certain groups. Like, I don't want a man telling me what I go through as a woman or what I should do with my body. And
no, sir.
And if I was,
because guess what? It's not up to you.
Yeah,
you're not in the doctor's office making that decision with me, sir.
Someone who's mixed or biracial, like, they don't want me telling them what I think their experience is. So it's like, know your place, know when to speak and know when to listen. And there's a lot of listening needed and a lot of speaking needed from the people of our nation.
Oppressed groups.
Right.
So yeah, but just be kind to people. Who cares? I really don't care what you do with your life. I really don't.
We've been preaching, be kind to yourself.
Like, I think everybody should just be able to do whatever they want. If you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to, I don't know, just do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
As long as it's not hurting anybody else, who cares? You know?
Yes.
I've always thought about that. Like, I've always thought, like if I'm driving in the car, I don't really care what's going on in the car next to me. If they're not crashing into me, I don't care what they're doing. It doesn't affect me what they're doing. If they're singing, if they're fighting with their partner on the phone, if they're listening to a podcast, I don't give a flying hoot what they're doing, because it doesn't affect me. And it's the same thing with all these other people. How does me getting an abortion affect you? Does it? No. Okay?
Well, some people, I mean, there's just so many arguments that layer on top of each other.
Ugh.
That is... I
just don't understand why people care that much.
Yeah. And then there's also times where people don't care when they need to care. There's like, there needs to be a balance, because they're like, oh, I'm not getting shot in the street, so why would I care? That's not me. There's things that people feel
I
like they're
guess.
separated from. And
That's
there
true.
needs to be, like, it doesn't always have to be like, I don't care if you love who you love, but some people don't care when people hate when they hate. And so it's like, how do you find that balance between what to care about and how to build a community and how to make sure that people are having their resources met with giving funding to things that offer those type of services that people can go into. Like driving down the road is a different scenario than making sure that your kid's going to a safe school and caring what education your kids are getting, what groups your kids are being exposed to. There's so many things that goes into building a society. And hopefully with Biden as our president and Kamala as our vice president,
we'll take a step in the right direction. It's
Yeah.
obviously not finished. We're obviously not finished.
We have a lot to
And
talk
it's so
about.
funny to me too, because I've seen a lot of people who are like, you know what, Biden's president, so I'm moving. And they're like, I'm gonna move to Canada. I'm like, okay,
Canada,
Canada
not going to Canada.
Literally is more they're because they're afraid of socialism here.
Canada's socialist.
How universal health care is a bad thing beats me, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Canada.
But that's what Canada has. Canada has universal health care. Gay marriage is protected in their constitution. The women have the right to choose. I don't know why they think going to Canada or going to some other country is gonna make them better. Maybe if they go to Cuba, but like, not Canada, and not a lot of places in Europe that all have universal health care. Like, please do your research before you're gonna say you're gonna move to Canada.
Yes, research, a slice of humble pie, and open-mindedness is all needed.
That's all I got to say, girl.
Getting colder.
Because I could go off on some people.
I know.
We don't have time for that today.
Queen Hannah. Yes, this is just a little short little election. You know, it's a big deal. How could we not talk about it? We're very happy.
20th.
Very happy.
It needs to come fast.
I know. It's going to be a cold winter.
Let's get this pandemic handled, girl.
Cold winter in America. We got to get someone out. We got to get a virus out. We got to get some things done. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, girl.
All right. Be kind to yourself. We love you.
Be kind to others.
Be kind to others. And we'll see you next week with our special guest. We're so excited.